Hey guys, Phobia here. This is gonna be a rant I have for Left 4 Dead 2. I've always been wanting to get my feelings out about the game. It's an awesome game, but as much as multiplayer games, it does have its irritating flaws, which I'd like to basically go through about what it is about the game that I find absolutely piss irritating. So the first one is those who take charge in the game, like become the leader of the group. Most people don't generally decide who the leader is. The one who runs off first is generally the one that everyone starts to follow. But there are points where they think they know everything, and you're fighting against them going, yeah, why don't you just do this instead of doing that, because then that's gonna happen. And they're like, no, I decide how this game works because I've played it more times. And you know damn well that you played it way more times than them. But they seem to think that it's their rules, they decide how they're going to play. But I can't deal with people who think they're in charge, so I just generally ignore those people. Or then in the case situation is they run off on their own because they're fucking idiots, thinking that the people are immediately going to follow them just because they're in front of the group, which isn't happening, because some people like to look around and find certain items, and then someone gets pissed because they're not rushing. Most people like to look around in those kind of games to find items, not just rush to get to the end. What's the point in playing if you're just going to rush to the end of it as quick as you can? There's no point in the fun then of killing shit. Next would be I prefer the second one over the first one, mainly because the characters in that game are very, the first ones, they kind of all know each other. But amongst other zombie games or other multiplayer games where you, in first-person shooters, is that in the second one the characters get kind of develop a story with each other. There is a story where you've got to get to a certain area, but the fact that they talk to each other as well, and you get to learn more about their characters, which I think is really interesting, because in places like Killing Floor you don't get that. You don't get who this character is. No one gives a shit who the characters are. For me, Left 4 Dead 2 you get to learn about the characters and what they're like, and you get more of a feel for them, especially when you decide, for example, I tend to get kicked out of some servers sometimes, and I come back in, and I always throws me back into Rochelle. I hate Rochelle. She's so boring and bland. Coach is hilarious. Ellis is just a goofy goofball, and Nick's just like this asshole who people generally warm up to for some reason. But you know, the characters are actually pretty interesting, except Rochelle. No one likes her. Rare few people like Rochelle. There's nothing interesting about her. The infected, I love that the infected are actually pretty decent. They've got a lot of potential with them. There are some cases where they grab you and you'll immediately think, what the fuck, I was nowhere near it, how in the balls could they grab me? Charger is the main issue with that. If you're high on a car and a charger rams at you, you think, oh, it can't get me because I'm on a car. It'll grab you and you're like, hang on a minute, what just happened? Or you move to the left and it somehow grabs you anyway. Even though you specifically moved like 2 inches away from the fucker, it still grabs you. I have an issue with that lately. The chargers just don't piss off. That is really annoying. Next would be players from other countries. Now, I'm not racist. I'm not like, oh, Russians shouldn't play this or the French shouldn't play this. But with this particular game, I've noticed the kind of people who do tend to play Left 4 Dead. The Russians that I play with are usually quite aggressive people. They try and speak English, which is nice, and they'll talk to you, and they'll just they're really quite aggressive people, and they're pretty good with their aiming. I haven't played with any Spanish. I played with Dutch. The Dutch are really difficult speaking English. They're a bit stupid. I'm not saying Dutch are stupid. I'm saying in Left 4 Dead that most of the people I've played with happen to be stupid. I'm not saying they're all stupid. Don't go into this big hole. Oh, he's racist crap, because it's not. The French who play this game are generally quite arseholey in the fact that if you play with them and you're English and you say something to them in English, they'll reply to you in English, but they have no idea what the fuck you've said. They just assume what they're supposed to say in a game in English because they have no idea how to actually speak it. And when they do speak, they just talk bollocks. But the French are always in groups where they'll talk French, and you're like, ah, what's happening? We're going to keep talking French. Hello, I want to know what's going on. I'm going to keep talking French. It's like, what is this? if you want to play a French game, go play French with other people. Don't come into a game with most of the people are English and talk amongst yourself in French. It's rude. We can't understand what's going on. Especially if it's a team game, you know, it's irritating. Difficulties. Now, players who generally start with Left 4 Dead 2 should start on easy, okay? Because there's no fire, there's no friendly fire instance to worry about, and you're in your own zone. You know, it's easier, you'll get hit less, which is fine. Then move on to normal to understand the basics of not shooting your teammates, and, you know, getting the basics of damage is a bit harder, and you can try and avoid that. If you can get through a normal without getting hit, then you're ready for advanced. But if you've just started, and you move to advanced, people are going to blow you out of the water, because it is so fucking irritating when you're on advanced, and some idiot who's just come from easy mode just dies instantly, and you're like, great, we've lost a player now. Great job. Or they waste all the health kits. I'm not kidding. They will waste health kits every second of the day. Especially the types of noobs, if you're playing. Your health's generally good. You're getting, you know how the game works. You know how to avoid being hit. And they'll just heal when they're in yellow. Why are you healing when you're in yellow? You're fine. You're wasting a health kit and you've just started. And then grab another health kit afterwards. Why are you healing and wasting There are some players who will go into the safe room, use up the health kits because they think they need it, when they're in green. And then the other player who is in red zone can't get another one because the other players have already grabbed the health kit. And that is just selfishness of the players. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it drives me up the wall. People who constantly shoot at each other, or my favourite one is what really gets me annoying, is kill stealers. Now, some of us, me, are quite competitive in situations where you're going to get as much kills as you can, but I don't want to steal someone else's kills. If I have to, like, if you've been shooting at something, especially infected for a long period of time, and the person instantly kills it and they get that kill, you're like, I've been shooting that for ages, and then this dude just comes in with 1 HP shot because it had the lowest HP, and then just gets the kill. That is the most irritating thing in the world for me. And with, if you're shooting zombies, you throw, like, a bile jar, you're like, right, I can get all the zombies here, and then the wanker behind you throws a pipe bomb right in the middle, or a Molotov, and just gets every single kill you've just made. The worst part about kill steals is when you throw a pipe bomb. You're thinking, no one can stop that because everyone's going to stop shooting, so all the zombies run to the pipe bomb. Oh no, that one asshole who wants every kill for himself shoots all the zombies before he gets to the pipe bomb because they're in closer range. That is complete bullshit. Stick to your own zombies and get the fuck away from mine. Right. Next is versus mode. Now, versus mode is one of the most stressful Left 4 Dead campaigns, survival thing, whatever it is, gameplays to work with, because it relies solely on teamwork. Now, a lot of people will be like, you ain't got no skill, you can't play this game. It's not about how many points you get, it's how adaptable you are with your character. If someone says, go attack, and you know it's not the best time, then they're going to yell at you anyway because you didn't attack when everyone else did. You knew damn well that they were going to annihilate you, so you think, right, I'm not going to attack. But if you don't attack in a group, and one player goes off on his own and says, attack, you're the lone player that says, why were you so stupid there? That dude just told me to attack. Tell that guy to piss off. If you feel it's the right moment to attack, you feel it's the right moment to attack. Some players are not, you can't do a training mode or an easy mode in versus. If someone's not very good at the game, they're trying to play it to learn it. Don't be such a dickhead towards them if they have no idea how the fuck to play it. They're learning the controls. Some people don't seem to realise that, and they just get bitch at you, or someone immediately takes over and becomes the leader again. And with some players, there are some players with versus mode, the idea is to go as fast as you can and not piss around too much in one area. However, some players just think, fuck it, and they're going to piss around in one area, and you're like, right, my team is being a complete arsehole right now. What's going on? And it just gets so frustrating, where you just want to pull your hair out, because versus mode just, oh god. Even playing with friends, because I hate the other team thinking I'm shit at the game. I can't stand that. Even if you're playing with friends, I still get very wound up because our team is losing and they're laughing their heads off and you're just like, I don't want the other team to think I'm shit. And now my thing's gone down. Get back up there. So it's very, very annoying. But, you know, it's left for dead for you. it's great fun, but it's the most irritating piece of shit as well. I hope you've enjoyed my random rant. If you also have other issues to deal with Left 4 Dead 2, like anything you hate about it, or if you agree with me or disagree, let me know in the comments and let me know how you feel about the game and what irritates you and so on. So yeah, thanks for listening. This has been Phobia, and I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. No, no.